A couple weeks ago, I asked in the Fuel Your Coaching Success group for some ideas on videos, and a few of the ladies wanted to get a peek into what my daily routine looks like. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Hi, y'all. I'm Carrie Shepard, and I'm a business mentor for women entrepreneurs. And I am all about the let's keep it simple so that we can have a life. That's what I go by in my daily routine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you kind of step by step through my day, and then I'm also going to share with you how I structure my week, which really helps fuel my day. So I get up in the morning, usually around 7 o'clock. I need my 8 hours of sleep. So 7 o'clock, I wake up. I let my dog Zeus out. I get my water refill, and if it's the day to go take Zeus for a walk, I put my shoes on and I change straight away. We go out for usually about a 30 to 45-minute walk. And as soon as we get home, I make my smoothie. I'm a big smoothie drinker. That's what I enjoy for breakfast. And then I'll go sit in the chair in my room. And this is where I spend my time praying. I'll do a little bit of reading, some journaling, um, meditating. And this process usually takes about 30 minutes. By that time, I've finished my smoothie and I'm ready to get the day started. So I hop in the shower, get ready, I do my hair and makeup, and I'm typically in my office, which is upstairs, between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And that time can vary depending on um, how long I spend reading. If I know I don't have a client appointment or anything pressing, I might spend a little longer. I might pray a little bit longer. I might read the Bible. I'll dig into whatever book I feel drawn to for that day. I typically have a couple books going at the same time. So that's what usually will affect my morning. The other thing, to be quite honest, I usually a couple times a week have a conversation with my best friend. So that will also affect whether I get up to my office between 9 and 10. So once I'm up to my office, I quickly review my calendar and I review my to-do list, which I've already created the night before, and I'll share that with you when I get to the evening. But I write out my goals each night on a calendar. So you'll see, actually, I don't know if you can see that. So I'll write out, what I need to do each day, and I make a little checkbox because I love checking things off. So I quickly review that. Then I hop into my email. I would check any emails that I need to respond to, kind of clean that up. I don't usually have a ton of work emails. Now, I'm not talking my personal email. I'm strictly talking my work email. I go in there. I do offer my private clients email access, so that's typically when I'll respond to them, make sure I'm staying on top of that. I'll also jump into Facebook for 20 minutes. I put a timer on and I only spend 20 minutes in Facebook. I'll go into my group, make any comments, maybe I'll put a daily post up, whatever the case may be, and then I shut it down. I get out of Facebook, I get out of email. Then, depending on the day, if it's a client day, then I hop into client calls. I'll open up, my calendar for them. I'll open up, I keep a Google Doc on each client, so I'll open that up. I'll review their accountability forms, and I'll get myself set up for the day for client calls. If it's not a client call day, then I hop into my action items and I tackle the biggest, scariest, or the action item that I really don't want to do first. And if you haven't read Brian Tracy's book, Eat That Frog, I highly recommend it. And basically what it is it's just that. You want to tackle that item that isn't that exciting for you. So maybe it's writing a newsletter, or maybe it's putting a Facebook ad out, or maybe it's recording a video, whatever the biggest goal that you're not that excited about, you want to do that first. You want to get it out of the way. It's going to feel so good to check that off your list. And the other thing is I take regular breaks. So usually every 45 minutes to an hour, I will go downstairs, I'll fill up my water, I'll take Zeus out. And usually, it's a 5 or 10 minute break. It's not a real long break. I typically don't bring my phone down there so that I don't get caught up into watching, a Periscope or getting distracted. It's just really to get my body moving, and make sure I'm drinking water and just to kind of stretch out a little bit. So I made notes here. I want to make sure I kind of give you all the things. So definitely taking breaks. I definitely take a lunch break and I make sure that's scheduled into my calendar. So especially on client call days, I make sure and actually put a lunch break on my calendar. And I like to take lunch probably around 12:30 or 1. And I schedule it for about 30 to 45 minutes. So I go downstairs, I have a nice healthy lunch. Now during lunch, this is typically when I'll catch up on any periscopes I want to listen to or podcasts I want to listen to. So I'm still kind of like in the work zone. But to me, that's filling me up. It's getting me energized. It's also allowing me to connect with other people. And so then I go back upstairs. It's kind of the second half of the day. I like to call like the first half of the day as a sprint and then the second half of the day as a sprint. So in the second half of the day, I again refer to my action item list, see what else needs to get taken care of, and I dive back into that. So that's kind of how my day is structured. And then when I'm wrapping up the day, I give myself about 15 or 20 minutes to clean off my desk, put papers away. I go and again look at my calendar for the next day. I write out my action item list for that day. So I'm really clear about, because what if I had like a networking lunch or a client call early for some kind of reason or something like that? I want to make sure that when I'm going to bed, I know what I need to do the next day. And that way it really allows me not to be filled up with all those ideas and clutter when I'm trying to go to sleep or even in the evening when I'm spending time with my loved ones. All right, so that's how I close up the day. That's how I kind of structure a typical day. And then for the week, what I do is I have 2 specific days that I coach my clients on, and that's Tuesday and Thursday. So I know on Tuesday and Thursday, I'm probably not going to get a lot of marketing or sales calls or business development, any of those kind of pieces done. So, and that's fine because then I have Monday and Wednesday, and those are the days that I do sales conversations. I work on my marketing. I'm doing any kind of content creation, whether I'm doing like a new freebie or a webinar, or working on my videos that I do on a weekly basis. So I really love having like what I call batching. So I'm batching items. So I batch my client calls on days. I batch my content creation on days. Mondays is my day for working with my own personal coach. It's also the day I meet with my accountability partner. And obviously Monday is a great day to kind of set yourself up for success during the week. So my biggest advice would be is to have a structure that works for you. Batch what you need to do so that you're not, at 9 o'clock having a client call and then at 10 o'clock you're working on a webinar and then at 11 o'clock you have another client call. You want to kind of like, if you have client calls, I try to keep them in the morning to early afternoon. So that way I know, I'm doing client call after client call and making sure that you're scheduling those breaks in between as well. So I work with my clients for 45 minutes and then I have a 15-minute break and I try to schedule them back to back. So, again, I try to keep it really simple. I try to keep it really clutter free. So I don't have, 100 things that I'm working on per day. Typically my action item list is 3 to 5 items. Especially on days that I know I'm going to be a little bit busier. I don't even put the 5 things on there because I know I'm not going to get to them. And when I look at my day at the end of the day, I really want to see a check on each of the items that I've done. So be realistic about what you can get done in a work day. Make sure you've got that self-care in there. Make sure you're taking breaks, that you're eliminating distractions, close out of email, close out of Facebook, turn your phone on airplane mode so that it's not ringing and binging. And I really think that's going to help you. As always, I'm happy to answer any of your questions. You can come over to Fuel Your Coaching Success or feel free to send me an email at Carrie@carrieshepherd.com. And if you think this video would help somebody else, I would love it if you shared it and feel free to leave a comment below. All right, y'all, until next time, have a wonderful week. And I hope that you are going to be able to systematize and simplify your daily routine so that you can be more productive. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful and blessed day. See you next week. Bye.